Hello and welcome, my Leo friends. This is Jennifer from Mystic Star. I want to thank you so much for spending time with me today and watching this video. So this is going to be a group weekly reading for my Leo friends. This is a new initiative, something that I'm trying out. I've been doing card of the day for quite some time, where I pull a card each day for my friends. And I'm finding that I'm not able to get in depth and really go into these cards and get a good reading for you guys. So I'm starting to do weekly readings. Today what we're going to explore is what you can expect over the next 7 days for the week of January 5th through the 11th. Those obstacles that you're going to face, and more importantly, those tools that are going to help you throughout the week and blessings that you can embrace. The deck I've chosen for this reading is the Tarot Draconis and the Dragon Oracle. Like always, there are links below to both these fantastic dragon-tastic decks, so should they speak to you, you can go check them out for yourselves. Alright, my Leo friends, let's see what the cards have to say. What can my Leo friends expect for the week of January 5th through the 11th? The Alpha Dragon, harness the Divine Masculine. That Divine Masculine is going to be very important. It's going to help give you that security and stability in achieving what it is you want to achieve this week. We hear a lot about the Divine Feminine. The Divine Masculine is just as important, especially with creation. When you're looking at that moving forward, that creation piece, you need both the masculine and the feminine energy. Okay, so we know that the masculine energy is going to be important for you. Let's look at why. Let's dig into this a little bit deeper. What card symbolizes, oh, we got jumpers here, the week of January 5th through the 11th for my Leo friends? Okay. The first card, the Tower, the 16th card in the Major Arcana, and it talks about change. This week is going to be a bit of a bump for you. You're looking at things shifting, and this shift is not in your control. The universe is kicking you in the butt, my Leo friends. The universe wants you to get going on things, and it's starting January off with literally a bang. The Tower talks about an energy shift, which impacts not only your emotional and spiritual world, it can also impact your physical world and your physical being. And with the Tower, jump the Queen of Swords. That knowledge piece is going to be important. Yes, the Tower is going to kick us in the butt. However, there's going to be a plethora of knowledge that we need to gain. Now, the Queen of Swords has gained all her knowledge through life experience, through first-hand being and doing. And that's what's going to happen this week. There are going to be shifts and knowledge that is going to come fast and furious at you. You really need to have your pitcher's mitt on and catch them, because that knowledge is going to be key. Not only will the transformation impact you in a positive manner, so will the knowledge. It will help you in further endeavors. Now, the shift that the Tower is bringing you will give you that positive outcome. You're looking at a Divine Masculine and a Divine Feminine right beside it. That creation piece. Similar to that of a forest fire, it's devastating for everything and everyone involved. However, the soil underneath is very rich and able to take on that new life. And that's what we're looking at. The week may bring a lot of ups and downs and bumps and bruises for you, my Leo friends. However, the end result will be a better space for creation and you letting go of things that are not working. We start to build foundation on things that are unstable. It brings down the building. Well, the universe is going to make sure that your foundations are very stable. So let's look a little bit more in depth into this week. What will the beginning part of January 5th through the 11th bring my Leo friends? And that's the Five of Swords. Fives are a conflictual number. They talk about that conflict, those obstacles and challenges. The Swords about truth and knowledge. The Five of Swords talks about a hard piece or a hard time where really there are no winners. It's just conflict for conflict's sake. The beginning of the week brings about the start of the tower. It starts to bring in and wobble your foundations. Sometimes the tower, yes, you have that lightning strike that will start the fire. Other times you start to have that rumbling beforehand. The building of the clouds, the building of the storm before we get to that big bang piece. And that's what we're looking at in the Five of Swords. You're going to find that people are going to be very antagonistic against you. It's going to be your responsibility and your challenge to take the high road. There isn't going to be a winner in the Five of Swords. It's just maintaining your calm and your cool and your collective so that you can take that higher vibrational stance, that higher vibrational road. Let's look at the middle of the week. What will the middle of the week of January 5th through the 11th bring my Leo friends? That's the King of Swords. The King of Swords, the consort to the Queen there. He has the most power, the most responsibility, and the most control over his suit. So in the middle of the week, we're looking at either that big bang or the big bang has happened in between the Five and the King. That knowledge is going to be there. That foundation is going to be brought down to its most stable platform. And that platform that you're going to have left will be built on that higher vibrational piece. You're also going to have that knowledge. You've got that duality here, that masculine and feminine. It's a time to start to rebuild, taking that knowledge and going forward with it. We know that the Five is about to bring you that storm. We can see the storm building. Everybody's going to have a different bang point. It's going to happen somewhere in the middle of the week, beginning, middle of the week, and you're going to feel it. Other people, it's going to be similar to that of a lightning bolt, and you're going to have that fire burning for a while. The middle of the week is going to be that high point though. All right, let's look at the end of the week. What does the end of January 5th through the 11th bring my Leo friends? Okay, we had a jumper. It's the Emperor. The fourth card in the Major Arcana. The Emperor jumped out while I was shuffling. Now the Emperor is a Major Arcana, major life shift. 4 in Tarot is a number of stability. Now the Emperor and the King of Swords are related, where we have the Major Arcana, that major archetype of stability and strength. The King of Swords is his everyday aspect. This is the same type of card. We have that great power, that great knowledge. However, this is one step higher. We've got the Emperor. The end of the week, things are going to stable out and plateau for you so that you have that stability. The Tower has hit. We have gone forward. And now it's time to take this knowledge and create a more stable environment and life for yourself. I hate to do it, but we need to get into the challenges, my Leo friends. This in itself, the week will bring you many challenges. However, the major obstacles of the week have yet to show their face. So what is the main obstacles need to be brought out? We haven't seen them yet. So what is the main obstacle for the week of January 5th through the 11th for my Leo friends? That's the Empress. She's the third card in the major arcana. She is about fertility, abundance, and wealth. It's very interesting how we're getting consorts. We have that dual aspect. Like I said, that dual aspect is going to be key. We can't focus in on creation too quickly, and that's what the Empress is going to want to do. That's what your ego is going to want to do. It's going to want to rebuild before the lower vibrational pieces, those pieces that are not working in your life, that are causing a false foundation or false stability in your life, have been able to burn away or fall away. We need to wait until everything is said and done and we have the stability of the Emperor. That is when the Empress is going to actually become more in line and a support for us. That energy is going to be needed. However, we can't use it too quickly. And that's the major obstacle. We're going to want to try and rebuild. We're going to want to fix this before it should be fixed. We're looking at some major shifts here for you, Leo. We started off with the Tower. We've got the Empress and we have the Emperor. Major life events. We're looking at a great shift for you, and this shift will bring out that positive aspect. As a species, we hate change, and it's that change that we're going to really feel that resistance to, and that resistance is what causes the pain and anxieties. Right, let's get into the challenges a bit more. What is the obstacle that my Leo friends are going to face at the beginning of the week of January 5th through the 11th? The Chariot, another major arcana, the 7th card in the major arcana. This is the willpower, the drive, and the go. The Chariot is the card of your solar plexus that conquers everything through willpower and determination. It's also a balancing card. When you look at he has dragons, or they have dragons, so we have that duality in the charioteer, but the dragons are the black and white, that balance. Our drive and willpower is going to want to, confront those people who dare to challenge you this week, because you're going to feel raw and growly from what's happening. And then you're also going to feel unbalanced and unstable. We're looking at a hit. We're looking at a shift this week that causes instability. That importance of grounding and feeling connected is going to be key, which means reaching out to our supports. However, our supports may be in line with this shift, or they may call you on things that you're not ready or willing to be called on. So the beginning part's going to be a bit of a challenge for us. We're going to have to really watch what we say and do. Are we reacting, or is it something that we really need to back away from? Let's look at the middle of the week. What challenge does my Leo friends face in the middle of the week of January 5th through the 11th? Okay. We had the 5 of Cups jump out. It's our second 5. Like I said at the very beginning, this is going to be a bumpy week for you. We're looking at that conflict and we're looking at that instability. The 5 of Cups talks about not seeing what's truly in front of you. The original card Pamela Coleman Smith made, there's a woman mourning the loss of 3 overturned cups and ignoring those 2 beautiful upright cups behind her. That uncertainty and insecurity is going to be playing havoc. The king wants to retain the information. That information will help bring about that stability. However, your ego is going to be flailing around, not paying attention and not being mindful. That critical thinking of the king is very important in the middle of the week. We are going to be flooded with emotion. It's going to be important that you use your head rather than your heart. Not only for the rest, like for the middle of the week, but the beginning as well. Critically looking at what is truly happening right now. And that's what we need to do, especially in the middle of the week. We may not understand or recognize those 2 cups right now. However, when you use the critical thinking skills of the king, you're going to find yourself more stable and being able to recognize a glimmer of growth. That path will start to come clear in the middle of the week. However, it's going to be very hard to see through the smoke. And let's look at who dares to cross the Emperor. What challenge? Got a couple jumpers there. Will my Leo friends face in the middle of the week of January 5th through the 11th? We have the Hierophant that jumped out first. That connection to the universe, that he's a gatekeeper. We're going to find that the connection in is going to be destabilized. We have emotional flooding. We've got instability. We're going to feel really kind of wobbly. Now that wobbliness does put us at a bit of a vulnerability. When we are in a wobbly, uncertain state, we're looking at people picking on us. We become that vulnerable target. False prophets and false teachers are going to come towards you. Hold off on making any bigger decisions on new and exciting pieces until you are more stable and you're able to clearly see through all this mist and uncertainty. Now with the Hierophant, jump the Hermit, the 9th card in the Major Arcana. Because of this uncertainty, this instability, this wobbliness, we're going to want to retreat. This is not an internal retreat. We need to build that foundation. This is not time for an inner journey. We will have to take stock and we'll have to do some reflection. However, this is not a time of deep reflection. And when something scary happens, we recoil. And that's what the Hermit is encouraging us to do, is to recoil. However, we need to stand our ground. We have the Emperor and the Empress here. We need to be able to start creating. We need to take stock. We need to figure out how to go forward. It's not a time for inner journey and inner reflection, not on the deeper level, not yet. Now, I haven't mentioned we have multiple 5s. The 5 of the Major Arcana, the Cup, and the Sword. In angel messages, when you're looking at that 5, that multiple 5, the angels are telling you this is a time of positive change. You should be excited about this adventure rather than worrying or scared about it. And let's be honest, you're looking at a big change here, Leo. This is a change that needs to happen, and the universe has been kind of niggling you at it for a while, and we've been ignoring it. And that's what we like to do as a species. We like to ignore things and hope they go away. The universe has not gone away. The universe is now going to kick you in the butt a bit. Now let's look at some blessings. How can we overcome some of this and really embrace what the week has. So let's be honest, the week does hold a lot for us. I already have a jumper. What blessing can my Leo friends embrace? The beginning of the week of January 5th through the 11th. Okay, so you have a couple jumpers. It's a beautiful one. The rose pink dragon. Now this dragon helps to prepare your system and your chakras to embrace that universal, unconditional, loving energy. That loving energy is going to help heal you. It's going to help heal the bump that the tower is going to give us and any other confusion and heartache that this situation has caused. With this beautiful rose pink dragon, jump the orange dragon, bringing soul families together. You're not going to be alone. Sometimes we feel alone when we're looking at that shift, when we're looking at something happening. We kind of, again, like I said, we recoil. This is a time to connect out to those positive, supportive individuals and beings. Some of them are on the higher plane and we may struggle. We already know there's going to be a bit of a disconnect. However, acknowledging that that is totally us and not them goes back to that critical thinking piece, and embracing and asking them for guidance. And telling them, I'm not getting this, I'm having a hard week, please help me. And they will. When we're feeling really wobbly and uncertain, these are fantastic entities to call on. These are groups of dragons. There are many orange dragons, many rose pink dragons. You can call on them. You just have to ask. They are bound by the universal law. We have free will as humans. They can't interfere. So asking them for that help will be a big support for you throughout this week. Let's look at the middle of the week. What blessing can my Leo friends embrace in the middle of the week of January 5th through the 11th? Okay, we have a couple more jumpers. Thor's red, black, and gold dragon protects you in a time of change. I think that's pretty self-explanatory. We know there's change coming. We know that there's going to be a shift. When we feel very unstable and that fear starts to rise up, you can call on Thor's red, black, and gold dragon. You can call on Archangel Michael. It goes back down to calling in on our supports. You ask, they will help. With Thor's dragon, the white gold dragon connects you to that higher Christ light. And I know that a lot of people can get really tweaked by the name Christ. It's not his fault that humanity has really messed up his story. The white gold dragon is a dragon that connects you into that higher unconditional loving energy. And that's what Christ light is. So whatever you want to call that energy, the white gold dragon will help connect you into it. Again, call on these, whatever your supports are. We know it's going to be a challenge week, and some of us are going to hit a little bit harder than others. So it's going to be important that we access the supports that are available to us. And let's look at the end of the week. What blessing can my Leo friends embrace at the end of the week? Okay, got a jumper. The Source Dragon attunes you to the infinite. That connection to universe is going to be key. Whether or not we have individuals who are going to steer us in different directions, we know that the universe has got our back. Those higher vibrational beings are really going to step forward and help us out. They want to help raise our vibration. It supports and has a positive effect in their world and universe. And they have joy in watching us literally spread our wings and take flight. And that's what's happening now. We're starting to raise our vibration again. We're looking at some major changes coming in the next 12, 15 years. So they are able to see this species, this fledgling species, take their position in that universal energy. All right, let's get some more guidance here. What information and guidance can we offer my Leo friends in overcoming the challenges and obstacles for the week of January 5th through the 11th? Got a jumper? The card that jumped out, the Queen of Pentacles. That nurturing, loving energy. Unlike her sister, who is all about the knowledge, this queen is about that healing, loving energy. We're going to have to be kind and mindful for ourselves. This is a hard week. Taking care and loving ourselves will go a long way in overcoming some of these challenges and obstacles that we're facing. Now we do have double queens. The queens are the 13th card in the minor arcana. When you have that double 13, the angels are telling you this is a time to calm your mind and receive those intuitive messages. It's going to be a challenge to calm our mind this week. However, that critical thinking, taking that step back and being mindful rather than responsive will help. With her, jump strength, the 8th card in the major arcana. That inner strength where willpower and drive is going to be a challenge. That connection into that infinite energy and into our inner skills and abilities will make a big difference. The original card that Pamela Coleman Smith drew of the strength card shows a maid and a lion. Now above the maiden's head is this infinity symbol. Now around the waist of the maiden and the lion's head is this beautiful floral wreath. That floral wreath symbolizes a hidden infinity symbol, and it's going to be those hidden talents and hidden abilities that you have pushed to the recesses, those pieces that people may not know about. Some of them you may know yourself, some of them you may not, are going to come forward this week, and they're going to be a support. This tower is going to knock hidden rooms into view for you. It's going to be taking those abilities and skills and that inner fire and that courage to say, you know what? I knew this was coming. The universe has been tapping at my shoulder saying I need to do some shifting. This week is bringing that shift. I've got this. The universe has my back. The higher vibrational beings have my back. And then finally, the 3 of Cups, the triple aspect. That connection piece is going to be key. The 3 of Cups is a celebration card. It's a community card. It's going to be, like I said, important that you connect into your supports. Embracing that loving, nurturing energy will help. It'll help calm some of your anxieties. It'll help give you strength and courage to face what it is you need to face this week. Now we do have multiple 3s. We have the Empress, which is the 3rd card in the major arcana, and then the 3 of Cups. When you have multiple 3s like that, the angels are telling you that something close to your heart needs to be expressed. There's been lots building up, and we've been ignoring it. It's time to acknowledge and embrace it. And finally, the Two of Swords. Twos are about duality and choice. The swords, that truth and knowledge. We have some decisions to make this week. We need to make those decisions that are for our best and highest, greatest good. That critical thinking of the Emperor will help in making these decisions. We can't sit on the fence anymore, my Leo friends. It's time for a decision. It's time for making some choices in your life. Let's end on a blessing. What blessing can my Leo friends embrace for the week of January 5th through the 11th? Sorry. The Silver Lunar Dragon bathes you in the Divine Feminine. That balance is going to be key. The Alpha Dragon and the Silver Lunar Dragon. That Divine Masculine and the Divine Feminine. Keeping yourself in balance, calling in those energies so that you're nurturing yourself and you're giving yourself that wisdom, support, and stability. It's going to be a bit of a topsy-turvy week for you, Leo. However, this shift and change is very necessary. And it's actually a good way to start out the year. You're not going to be building on something that needs to be brought down. I want to thank you so much for spending time with me today and watching this video. I hope that you found this video fun and helpful, and that you were able to gain some direction and insight into what the week holds for you. If you like this video, please remember to give it a thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel for the latest content. As you can see here, you really never know where I'm going to go next. There's a lot more changes and additions happening to my channel, so the best way to stay connected is through subscribing to my channel and hitting that little red bell. Also, if you'd like this video and want to support me in making more, I have a Patreon page with many tiers and lots of perks. In some of my tiers, the perks are private readings with myself. I provided a helpful link below, so why not go check it out? Until tomorrow, my Leo friends.